Well, shifting focus to another important story amidst the tensions between India and its neighborhood and all attempts of back-channel talks with Pakistan, here's an explosive RTI report that introduces a baffling number of 11,900 ceasefire violations, what we call the CFVs, happening at the line of control by the Pakistani army. The RTI information sought by Pune-based activist Praful Sharda reveals that Pakistani troops made the highest number of ceasefire violations in the last 17 years, along with the J&K border in 2020, amounting to over 4,645 instances of an average of 13 such violations per day. On asking about preventive and immediate action taken by the Indian Army to stop ceasefire violations at the LOC, the MOD responded saying, and I quote, "All the forward posts along the line of control are adequately strengthened to withstand enemy fire. Apart from this, there is a well-established standard operating procedure to safeguard against enemy action along the line of control and to minimize own casualties." Mr. Sarda points that the brave Indian army is protecting our nation at borders, and politicos, rather than doing stunts, should give free hand to Indian army so that no further casualties and loss of territory will take place. Let's hear it from the man himself, right from the horse's mouth. Praful Sharda joins us on the broadcast. He is an activist based out of Pune. Also, we would be joined by Lieutenant General Satish Dua. He is former Corps Commander in Kashmir, and he retired as the Chief of Integrated Defence Staff. And my colleague Urvashi Khona would be joining us from Mumbai, and we would be also heading to the northern part of the country in Jammu, where my colleague Ajay Jandyal would be joining us very shortly. Praful, let me begin with you first. What prompted you, first of all, to ask for this information? We would definitely come back and touch upon the frequency of the incursions, but what was the moot reason behind this query that you made?
See, I filed an RTI to know the details about the ceasefire violation happened from 2004 till 16 Feb 2020. 2021, and even after filing an RTI, I didn't get revert for a couple of months. Then I filed a first appeal, and then I got a half of the revert. I did not get a full revert. See, we have done surgical strike, we have done air strike, and of course, we have recently made our army powerful with the Rafale deal. So I thought, since we have been doing so many things from the Indian Army side, and our own army people are protecting our nation, protecting our borders, so I am sure those ceasefire violations that have been continuously taken up from Pakistan and the China border, that is LAC and LOC, they must have reduced. But the reward that I have received is very, very, very surprising. In fact, if I compare with 2004 data with 2020, then I just like to tell you that there is a more than 4,600+% that have gone up. I mean, in 2004, there was just a one ceasefire violation that happened, and after that, it kept on increasing. Despite of our Indian army is fighting at the borders, they are protecting a nation. In the end, these Pakistani army and the Chinese army are just not following the guidelines. And let me put it on record. Till Manohar Parrikar ji was a defense minister, he tried to control it. But the moment Nirmala Sitharaman ji took over, it went like mad. I mean, she was not even paying attention what happening at the borders. As a defense minister, she would have taken responsibility. But there was nothing as such happened. And after that, it kept on increasing. In 2020, when the entire world was facing a coronavirus pandemic, and of course, the entire world has suffered. But in the end, the Pakistani at the LOC, they kept on hampering our borders, and as a result, we have the highest number of ceasefire violations in 2020. And in 2021 till 16 Feb, we have more than 500 ceasefire violations. So, as a nation, where are we heading at? There is another point that I would like to make. I still remember when Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji became Prime Minister of this country. He said, Pakistan ko usi ki bhasha mein jawab diya jayega. What is the job that we are waiting for? I think Prime Minister should give a free hand to Indian Army. The way we have done the surgical strike, air strike, so we are now more powerful and more ready to give the reward to these Pakistani people. Then we have a Doklam area. In last couple of years, the Doklam area was one of the sensitive issue that have been come up, and I'm sure इससे पहले भी था. But then looking at the revert that I received from the defense headquarters, they have said due to Indian sovereignty, security and the economic system, we cannot share the information. एक ही देश में एक ही बॉर्डर पे दो अलग नियम कैसे हो सकते हैं? One side you are giving the information about Jammu and Kashmir where the ceasefire violation have happened, and other side you are not sharing the information about Doklam area. तो मुझे लगता है these politicians should keep their political things aside and they should give a free hand to Indian army so that our powerful Indian army can revert to Chinese army the way we have done with the Pakistan with a surgical strike, air strike. And now we have become more powerful with all the Rafale that is coming in. We are all set and ready to give an exact revert to Chinese army.
Right, Praful, obviously there are lots of questions that you have posed, and your report too is something which reveals how we have somehow maybe, if the political will was not there, then obviously army was doing its job, yet 13 ceasefire violations a day. Lieutenant General Satish Dua, I would like you to step in here and speak on the numbers that are being revealed in this RTI. Obviously, it looks like we have something that needs to be taken extra care of, and the numbers are staggering, I would say. I mean, if the attention was not paid in detail, that is also something that is worrisome.
Allow me to first put some things in correct perspective.
Please go ahead.
For all his enthusiasm, I was hearing Praful. Several facts have been mixed up in good faith and good intention, though. But so let me just clarify a few things. Firstly, the ceasefire violations, as we call them, refer to a certain ceasefire agreement in end of 2003, and that is why the data that Praful puts out or just spoke of is from 2004 onwards. It pertains only to the LOC. LOC is between India and Pakistan. LAC, on the other hand, because in the end he mixed up things out of plain ignorance, no malintent there, by talking about Dolam Plateau.
Right.
Now, for which he did not get information. Why I guess he did not get information is because there is nothing like a ceasefire violation, because there is no ceasefire agreement, and we are not exchanging shots and firing there, and that's a different country, the border with a different country. So these are two different things, and the data that has been put out, the questions that he's asked pertain to the ceasefire violations on the LOC, which is between India and Pakistan. And now let me focus only on that. Here also I'd like to explain.
Right.
The ups and downs. There have been ups and downs in the last 16 odd years that we've had this ceasefire in place. Firstly, the ups and downs are seasonal. I'll give you a couple of broad categories. Seasonal because the firing across the LOC happens, the incidents happen more in summers, less in winters. Why less in winters? Because of heavy snowfall, in the higher reaches of the Himalayas, the passes close, activity is lesser, whether it is terrorist or military occupation of posts and patrolling. So the ceasefire violations are lesser in winters. So that's an annual cycle. During summers, when ceasefire violations, Pakistan creates more ceasefire violations, it is because they try to assist infiltration of terrorists, and it is during that time that they create these violations. That is, they fire across the LOC in a significant manner, to which then, of course, Indian Army responds, and then that constitutes a ceasefire violation. So it also occurs along with that operational, should I say, necessity of infiltration.
Right.
Then coming to the question of why in the past few years the violations have been more. Let me also tell you that then it also depends on either the dynamics between the military at the LOC For example, the surgical strike that he mentioned. I was the corps commander in Kashmir when we did plan Uri happened and surgical strikes took place. And or other incidents, like for example, when Burhan Wani, one iconic,
Yes.
terrorist leader with HM leader, was eliminated in 2016 when Valley burned for 3 or 4 months with unprecedented violence. And to sort of time it with that, there were a lot of ceasefire violations created by Pakistan on the Yellow Sea. So what happens is that when we did the surgical strikes, then after the surgical strike, contrary to what Praful said, that time they mounted ceasefire violations. They increased the ceasefire violations because they wanted to get back, and that's the only thing that they could do. And I heard you read out a sentence which said that Indian Army has given a statement that the posts have been adequately strengthened. We strengthen our bunkers and posts so that our soldiers are protected. Okay. The last thing I want to talk about is why in 2020. He also asked why in 2020. Praful rightly asked as to why there were more ceasefire violations when when we have carried out all these bold actions. Now, please take your mind back to August of 2019. In August 2019,
Article
India abrogated Article 370 and bifurcated the state into 2 union territories, J&K and Ladakh. When that happened, Pakistan then upped the ante in terms of firing across the LC, and those are called ceasefire violations. So then on, when we were having this standoff, face-off with Ladakh last year, during that time also, considering that we were occupied, the Indian Army was more occupied and focused towards the standoff in Ladakh with the Chinese PLA, then also Pakistan tried to up the ante or create more operational pressures for us by conducting more firing across the LC.
Right.
And hence, these numbers have increased. So, all in all, you see that what has happened by virtue of these few aspects, whether it was surgical strikes or whether it was violence in the hinterland, whether it was Article 370 or our involvement with Chinese in Ladakh, those are the moments that Pakistan has created more firing dynamics across the LC.
Right. Praful, I'll come to you also, but very quickly, let's take a comment from our colleague Ajay Jandyal, who is in Jammu. Ajay, if you could hear me, hope you are keeping well there. The number of ceasefire violations which have now through an RTI have been revealed that they were the maximum in the year of 2020. And Lieutenant General Dua here also mentions that there are a few specific reasons why it happened. Obviously, you have been following the cross ceasefire violations throughout the year and before that as well. Any specific reason which is very particular to that area also where you are that you could share with us that could have added to the spike in the ceasefire violations there?
Well, if you see that right now I am standing here in the Rajouri district LOC area, and this is the same area where most of the time ceasefire violation took place. We remember Nashara, we remember the adjoining area like Hamirpur and the other area. These areas is being targeted by the Pakistani troopers again and again, and the reason being that Pakistan want to basically create panic among the people, because we know that Pakistan's main intention is to push in the terrorists here in the Jammu and Kashmir, but only because of our brave soldiers, those who are guarding the international border and the line of control area, Pakistan is not able to push in the terrorists and not able to basically create any trouble for the security forces in Jammu and Kashmir. So that's why they always try to target civilians, and the way basically in last 2020, when whole world was fighting with the pandemic, what Pakistan have done, that Pakistan violated ceasefire more than 11,000 times. So it clearly shows that Pakistan intention was clear. When India is also busy in this pandemic, what Pakistan's motive is to push in the terrorists. Even today, we'll tell you that in Poonch district, what we came to know just only 15 minutes back, that about 19 grenades is being recovered from Mender sector line of control area. It really shows, and that recovery is a fresh recovery. I spoke to the DIG just a few moments back, and he says that yes, it seems to be a fresh recovery. Fresh recovery means that somebody from across the line of control, they must have sent it, or somebody must have crossed over here in the Jammu and Kashmir. So it clearly shows Pakistan is showing the world community that we are maintaining peace on the line of control. We are not violating ceasefire, but behind the curtain, behind this ceasefire, what Pakistan is doing, that Pakistan's intention will remain same, and Pakistan is doing it. That they are pushing, this terrorists from across the line of control. They are smuggling weapons from across the line of control and sending here in the Jammu and Kashmir, and with the motive to disturb Jammu and Kashmir, to target security forces and the civilians, so that their intention, their motive is what they have, told the world community and India especially, to beat India 1,000 cuts.
Right.
After the partition, their motive seems to be same, but our forces definitely they are bravely fighting with Pakistan and foiling their attempts.
Right. Ajay, stay with us. Praful, two things came up when we discussed the situation with Lieutenant General Satish Dua. First of all, Article 370. Secondly, the Ladakh standoff. Now, COVID-19 situation also. What I believe is these are the things that changed in the last couple of years. So what happened, and COVID also came in 2020. But what hasn't changed is the intention of Pakistan, which my colleague Ajay Jandial was mentioning, that through these ceasefire violations, they try to put a cover on their own mechanism of stealthily pushing terrorists and grenades and guns into the Indian side of Kashmir. So this is still a critical situation.
See, with all due respect, what Lieutenant General Saab has specifically mentioned, that these posts have been acquired in the month of, the winter season, and then the start of ceasefire violation during the summers. But here's not the point why and when they start. My basic question remains the same. When we have everything with us, and Indian Army is one of the powerful army in the world, why these politicians are not allowing Indian Army to go and take a charge? As simple as that. I still remember when Narendra Modi was elected as a Prime Minister in 2014, he specifically on record said it, पाकिस्तान को लव लेटर भेजना बंद करना चाहिए, उनको उनकी भाषा में जवाब देना चाहिए. But in the next year, in 2015, he had visited a surprise visit to Nawaz Sharif as a birthday party for his birthday party. आप decide कर लो which side you are standing. Are you standing by with your own Indian army, or are you standing by the enemy? That's the one question. Number two, GK Reddy, who is a MOS home, who has been giving all the false numbers in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. When the Indian defense, the headquarters giving the numbers about the ceasefire violation, they are completely different from what ministry, the Home Ministry, GK Reddy has said. I mean, 2-5 ka difference hota, it would have been understood. This is 1,000 difference. So every day, if I go by this, every day there is more than 13 ceasefire violation happened during 2020, and same as near about 11-12 happened in 2019. Even going to before that, there is almost about 8 to 9 ceasefire violations since 2018, 19 and 20. So the whole point remains the same. Unless and until we do not give a free hand to our Indian army who is protecting our nation, because of them, we are having a comfortable life within the country. Because of them, we are having a freedom to celebrate our festivals, to be with our family. Why we are not giving them a free hand? I am sure each one of us firmly believe in our Indian army. The moment we start believing and giving them a free hand, I am sure no country will have guts to look at the India.
Right.
They will not have a ceasefire violation. They will think twice before doing anything. And coming to the other part, despite of knowing the fact that India has successfully done surgical strike, air strike, and now they have acquired Rafale, why the Pakistanis are not stopping at the LOC, why they are not stop with the ceasefire violation. So government has to put up and simply say a strategy.
Right. Praful, let's hear it from Urvashi Khona, our colleague from Mumbai, that what the government strategy is and the measures that the government and the army plans to take. Urvashi.
Well, this is in the RTI report only that has been filed by Praful Sada, where on asking about the preventive and immediate measures or the action that has been taken by Indian Army to stop these ceasefire violations, to which the reply has come up that how they have advocately strengthened the whole area of LOC. Not only that, but then they also go ahead and say that they are taking this particular ceasefire violations, the numbers that are staggering, that are baffling, that are shocking, to different levels, not only at military level, but also at diplomatic talks, to see to it that somewhere these violations are seized in some way, one, and at the same time, they also try and say that how there has been this particular well-established SOP, standard operating procedure, that has been followed to see to it that everything has been safeguarded against the enemy's action to control the ceasefire violation or to control the enemy action that is coming across. So that is playing very important role. One more important thing, Pankaj, is to note that, which I think Mr. Dua also discussed with me yesterday, was about this, that these seasonal ceasefire violations that are happening do play an important role. But right now, when there are back talks that are happening with Pakistan, and somewhere this is on and off that has been going on, there is a standstill right now, a call that has been taken. Probably the talks are being initiated again, but then it is something to see that in coming summer, in some coming few months, whether the ceasefire violations that have now been stopped, whether they will start again or not, looking at the Pakistan's attitude or Pakistan's call on doing these on again and again multiple times.
Right. Urvashi Khona there. Thank you so much for sharing all the details. My thanks to Praful Sarda, the Pune-based RTI activist, and we hope that he keeps at it and gets us more information as and when they trickle in. Thank you so much for watching this broadcast. We will take a short commercial break here. More news and updates on the other side.